Hey everybody, it's Jenny Casil. Here's my Canvas pro tip for today. One of the things that happens when you start a new course is that you have what looks like a really complex screen for students or parents to interact with. So follow good advice. Let's keep everything as simple as possible. So this is one of the ways to simplify. On the left side of your screen is this long list of navigation links that are all open and available when you first start your Canvas course. They all appear as a big checklist, so for students or parents trying to figure out where to go can be really complicated. So eliminate the ones you're not using. Your first step is to look at the very bottom of this long list. You'll see that all of mine are visible to me. This is my teacher view. But you'll see this little eyeball with the cross out over it. These are invisible to students or observers in my class. Down here on the bottom is the settings link. That's how I made those invisible. So when you click on your settings link, it'll open up a lot of different features you can change about your course. But the first thing we're going to change today is the navigation. So your options for your settings are across the top of your screen. The middle one right here, it says navigation. I'm going to go ahead and click that, and you'll notice that my list of what things appear for students or parents observing the class is short. There's just these. I'll admit I have announcements added and Edpuzzle added right now because we're doing this remote learning. During the school year, this is all that's visible to my students. The home screen, because that's where I've got links in our calendar. The modules, that's where I've organized all their assignments. The grade screen, because sometimes that's a way for them to quickly check, have I turned it in, have I not turned it in, and then my syllabus so that they can read all of the expectations for my course. Right now, because we're doing some remote learning, I've added Edpuzzle and I've added announcements because occasionally I've sent a message in the form of an announcement to my students. So when you open this, you've got all of these links on there, right? So you've got a visible list at the top and you've got an invisible list down below. So you can click on these little dots and say disable, and it will pop whatever that was you just disabled down here to the bottom of the disabled list, and you'll notice they're italicized to kind of help you visually differentiate. I'm going to enable that one again because I'm using it. So you can go ahead and click on the dots and disable any pages that you're not using. So if you're a new user, I'd highly recommend that you either have a home page or you pick which place you want students to go to right when they join your course. We'll do that in another video. If you're organizing your materials in modules, which I would highly recommend, it will make things so much easier for you in the long run, then you want your modules tab here. You may want your syllabus. Mr. Casil was really smart and he updated his to reflect new policies, so I haven't done that yet, but that's probably something that I'll do, add an addendum. And then if you're a brand new user and you're overwhelmed by this and you just want to have assignments and quizzes in here, you may want to put the assignments page or the quizzes page. The reason I don't do that is it doesn't necessarily list those in order, and it doesn't necessarily tell students which of those things to do. It just builds a big long list of what they have to do to get their work done. Modules is how you're able to organize those assignments and quizzes together. Regardless, this is how you can simplify what this looks like for students and parents visiting your Canvas page. Make sure you click save at the bottom. This isn't one of those things that auto saves what changes you've made. So once you save that, I'll go ahead and switch this to student view, which is a great way to check and see. Actually, I'll go back to my home screen first. Changing things to student view is an easy way to check and see, great, what does your Canvas course look like for people who visit? And there is a link on the home page for that, or under your settings tab, there also is a link for student view. So while my dinosaur of a machine loads the student view here, you'll see that all those extra links disappeared from the navigation on the left side, and now there's only the tabs that I've chosen for my students to interact with. So they're really not having to grapple with where do I go to get started. And there is some pre-teaching and training at the beginning of the school year about, hey, click on that modules tab, because that's what's going to take you. If you're going to use announcements, if you're going to use just the assignments page, you may need to train your kids, hey, click there first. Just like, hey, you open your textbook or get your notebook out when we start class. It's one of your classroom routines remotely. All right? I hope that helps everybody. That's my tip for tonight. And good luck. Keep learning.